Transgender Day of Remembrance started 11 years ago as an event to commemorate the deaths, the brutal murders of transgender people, initially in this country and ultimately nowadays for all over the world. And sadly, every year we see people murdered every year. Just for no other reason other than they are transgendered, and that pushes somebody's button and they feel justified in brutally killing someone who's trans. Mm-hmm. In Tucson we started doing Day of Remembrance in the year 2000, a year after it was started in San Francisco. And we've traditionally held it up at Catalina Park on the 20th, which is the Day of Remembrance. And we will invite folks to participate, to come and witness and be with us while we go through the names of people who've lost their lives every year, and light candles and do a procession down to Wingspan. It's important to do. I think it's important to recognize that this continues to happen. It upsets me, it pisses me off that people are continuing to get murdered every year. And I'd rather celebrate other things about trans people than we are victims. We are victims, but we're much more than that. And that's why we have the rest of the week, Trans Awareness Week, to talk about other aspects of transgender people. I think it's important to know that this is not a lifestyle. This is not just some wacky choice that we're making. Especially people who are transsexual, we're making changes. We're going through a transition process, which is a long and complicated process. And we're doing that so that we can be authentically who we feel we really are. We're trying to match our core identity. And we're pretty clear about who and what that is. And we're doing what we can to get whole. And we want people to understand that. This is not some whim or strange idea. This is just a way of becoming whole with ourselves and at peace with ourselves. I hope members of the community will come on down to the Day of Remembrance. I wish it was a happier event, but you'll get an opportunity to meet some of us and hear some of the stories of people who are murdered, and to understand a little bit about why we find it so important to recognize this horrible thing that happens every year, and to think a little bit about how we could all get along better.
Okay.